Okay, what's going on? Today we're going to go over single pole and three-way switching. Basically traditional switches we use as electricians all the time. That's how we do things in life. The idea of a switch, we'll go over single pole first. I have it all kind of single pole switch. This one right here, all a switch is breaking a hot. So if we were to find some sort of power, do a symbol for a light here, like this, with two terminals, like so. Two terminals. These are all hot, but it's okay. We're trying to demonstrate here what's going on. We'll do a neutral real quick, represent as blue. Neutral is just a return path home. That's all it is. And all the switches, I think of it like a drawbridge. All it is breaking the hot. We broke it open while the switch is in the open position, which is right now. Go open. Current won't flow, right? It's broken. The return path's all set. But when we put it in the closed position, let's use this real quick. Put it in the closed position. Closed. Or the on position that we use in life. Then the light will actually come on and the power can flow through it. We can use a little voltage tester to showcase that. So I got power coming in, right? Here's power. Hots, neutrals. I got two separate setups going on here, but that's what's going on. So I got hots here, neutrals here. Showing I have voltage on the hot, right? Going to the switch. But I don't have any going to the light. Nothing's here. Dead. Live. Dead. I close the circuit. Live. Closed. Current's allowed to flow through. That's all that's happening there. That's as simple as a single pole switch. There's no breaking of neutrals, no neutrals ever on switches. All we do during a single pole switch is break a hot. That's all we do. And again, I like to think of it like a drawbridge. When you're in the off position, your drawbridge is up. When you're in the on position, your drawbridge is closed. On, off. It's pretty simple. In regular residential, commercial wiring, we're never breaking the neutral. Neutral's just a return path home. That's all that's happening. That's it. So that's a single pole switch. Next we'll get into what is called a three-way. Three-way switch. Again, we'll draw the symbol for a light. Two terminals, in, out. We just saw what those screws look like, right? I'm not worried about the ground right now. I'm not trying to showcase the ground. Now we'll showcase how a three-way works. A three-way switch would be, if I could do an S properly, be S. Three terminals, i.e. three-way, right? Okay. Here comes the simple part again. The neutral is always the simple part. The neutral just goes home, back to the source, back to wherever the power source is from, okay? That's all that's happening there. In the field, we call these travelers. Call them travelers, like that. This right here is power coming in. This turns into what we call a switch leg. Switch leg, SL. switch leg. All that happens during a three-way switch, it's not overcomplicated. There just becomes two ways current can travel. So it's on there in that position, it's on there in that position. There, if you notice, you'll never find an on-off. This is a three-way switch right here. That's not hooked up to anything. You'll never find an on-off on this guy. You'll find a black screw, you'll find two gold screws. Gold screws are what is known for your travelers, right here. I did black and red, symbolizes our field. We use Romex, AU12 threes or 14 threes will come with black and red. Those are the legs of power they want to use. So, travelers attach to your gold screw. The common is either power in or the switch leg going out. This is the switch leg, this is power going in. We'll showcase this with a voltage tester. I have power here, light's not on, so nothing's here. The switch leg has no power, no current going through it. I got power here. I put this in this position. This leg has power. Now the switch leg has power. Maybe a little too close. Let's separate these a little bit. No power on this leg, we're off. But I have power on this leg, but it's still off, even though the traveler, one of the travelers has a leg on. All that happens here is we'll demonstrate this. It's a lot like this, what's going on here, but instead of like that, all this is these guys switch. So if it's in this position right now, where this is a switch, and this is a switch, two three-way switches, like right now, there's no current, there's no light on. This leg has power, like this leg has power. Power coming in, goes to this leg here, has power, but it's not connected to the other switch. This is in the open position, or just the opposite position of which it is. This guy has no power. I switch one of these, now I allow current to flow. Basically what would happen there is right here, it switches the position, power goes through, it follows through all the way to the light, right? Neutral's easy, goes right back home. This guy goes right back home, wherever the source of power is. That's how that works. Same thing, now in the off position, we change this position here. Now this is like this. No power flowing, right? Because it's not connected. I switch this into this position. Maybe I switch this one again. And then I allow current to flow. There is no on-off in three-way switching because it's not like a single pole where this is open and it's constantly open. One of these is going to have current allowable to go on it. It's just a change of position. Just a change of position. That's all that happens here. So it could be both are in the off position, both in the on position. Then I can switch now on. But as soon as I transition the legs, then the light doesn't turn on. Opposite, 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 see that? But I can have both on, and now it flows through to the light, like so. Three-way switches you're gonna find in like hallways, stairs. If you have a long hallway, you flip on a switch. These are just known as travelers. That's what these two wires right here are gonna be, travelers. Power in, same way for the switch leg, and then a switch leg goes out. Visibly shown here. Our power goes into the light, right? We're in the off position. We take our travelers to the next switch, the next three-way switch, which has 3 terminals. If we have the switch that's going to the light, the common, the black screw, what they call it, goes to the light. If we have it come to the power, that goes to power. And these two are just open positions. Basically, that's what's kind of happening there. So then you have 2 wires called travelers. You put it in the off position, the open position, or the closed position, ends up something like that. But either way, one of these, it has an option to flow. That's kind of how it works. So it could be there, or it could be there. Either or. Same thing here. As you switch the position, it could be there, or it could be there. Single pole switches are definitely easier to deal with or manage with, but they're not much complicated from each other. Just different uses in the field in which we use them for. If you want to talk about a four-way switch, a four-way switch would literally just be basically another switch, 4 terminals, only for travelers. So basically 4 gold screws you'd see. Right here we see 2 gold screws. Instead of having the power or the switch leg, it'll just have travelers attached to it. And it'll go right in the middle of this. Basically these 2 get cut, put to a switch, these 2 get cut, put to a switch. And it's just allowing another placement in whatever area you're in to flip a switch. That's all it is. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, but it can get a little confusing. But it's pretty simple. Single pole switch, just breaking a hot. This is the hot, this is the neutral, power coming home, power coming in, goes into the light, or will be like a resistor, these incandescent bulbs. So in the closed position, the light's off, or the open position, the light's off. In the closed position, which would be so, the drawbridge is down and the light is on. 3-way switches are travelers here, 1, 2, red and black travelers. One is always going to be in somewhat of a closed position, but just depends if you line up the traffic properly, then you'll get the light to turn on. That's pretty much it. I'll leave that up there a little bit. Probably take a picture for like the freaking main little video, but that's it.